What is happening in our local market with housing prices? I'm gonna share that all with you today. At the end of this video, I'm going to also share with you where I think that housing prices are going and what's gonna happen for the second half of this year. And I think it's going to be very, very different than what we experienced the first half of 2024. So my name is Mike Novak, part of the Novak real estate team here at Real Brokerage right here in Snohomish County. Our team helps about 250 families each and every year make a move. If you're thinking about buying or selling, of course, reach out to us. All of our contact information is down below. Love to be a resource for you. But back to the market report. Let's just jump right into it. The average sales price in Snohomish County was $900,000 last month. This represents an increase of 6% from the same time last year. A lot of people thought, hey, maybe home prices will go down. Maybe I'll wait for prices to come down. Well, guess what? They haven't gone down. They've actually gone up, which is a surprise to a lot of people. At $900,000, let's face it, that is a very, very high average price. We are facing affordability issues, affordability challenges, in particular for first-time home buyers as the home prices creep up north of $900,000. So this is really big news. Some of you definitely want to be aware of. If you thought home prices were going to go down, sorry to break it to you, but they're just not. And I don't think they're going to either. So that's the average sale price. First thing I wanted to share with you. Homes for sale, this is up about 32%, okay? It's more than doubled since the same time last month. So there's a lot more homes that have come on the market in the last 60 days. We're watching a rapid increase of homes coming on, and it's resulting in a little bit of price softening. Like the prices aren't coming down, but there's just becoming lots of competition entering the market. If you're a seller, it means there's a lot of active competition. If a buyer's gonna look at your home, they're probably gonna look at 3 or 4 others that are just like yours. They may take a while to make a decision. Just a lot more inventory, a lot more options that we're seeing. If you're a buyer, this is fantastic. You've got more options. It's not just 1 or 2 homes, maybe in your ideal location or your ideal price range. You've got lots of options to look at, which is really, really great for you. This is something that we were excited to see. The next big data point I want to share with you is the months of inventory supply. I always share with people, months of inventory supply is kind of like the crystal ball into where prices might be going. When inventory goes up, we know that prices soften, flatten, and even sometimes come down. When inventory goes down, prices go up. So we got to keep this in mind, okay? Right now, we're sitting at a 1.7 month inventory supply right here in Snohomish County. And that's still not a lot of houses, historically speaking. You know, a neutral or balanced market is generally considered about a 6-month inventory supply of homes. However, this number has more than doubled since just 60 days ago. So there's a lot more inventory, like I said, just kind of sitting there. The new homes for sale coming on the market, that metric combined with the months of inventory supply, those go hand in hand. They are definitely correlated, and 1.7 months is where we're at right now. It just means that if no other homes came on the market after today, it would take 1.7 months to sell every home that's on the market. What we saw a couple months ago, we were all the way down to 0.8 months. So there was almost no inventory. Like there was nothing for sale, nothing on the market. It felt like there's just zero out there. Right now, there's definitely some options, which is great for buyers. Days on market. This is one that I think is going to change. I think it's going to change here in the next month or two. It's sitting at about 15 days right now. It's up about 6% from the same time last year. So it's not long, like that's how long it takes for a home to come on the market and then get an offer accepted, but it is trending in an upward direction. And you got to remember that the days on market, it's showing you just the days on market average for closed, recorded, booked sales. It's not showing you what the active days on market are, meaning the active days for the homes that are sitting on the market right now. And what I'm seeing across the board is a trend where the days on market are going up, and they're going up very quickly. In Arlington right now, I'm definitely seeing the days on market trend up, and as well as a couple other sub-markets as well. Markets like Everett, some areas in Linwood, not quite so bad, still keeping those very low, but days on market is definitely creeping up, and I think that this number is going to change drastically once the active homes that are sitting there right now on the market are actually closed and recorded sales, okay? All right, so that's the key real estate data, but what about mortgages? Because mortgages and real estate obviously go hand in hand. A lot of buyers the last few years, they've just kind of hit the pause button waiting for rates to drop. Well, good news, the Fed has finally signaled after 2 years of rate increases and not cutting rates that they're going to cut the rate in September, which is awesome. This is news that everyone's been hoping for. And so we've been seeing rates kind of drop down like that 6.5% range, some a little lower, some a little higher, just depends on which loan program you're using. But we've definitely seen a trend of rates coming back down. Like they're definitely under 7 for most of our buyers that are locking rates right now. Where are rates gonna go in the future? I don't know for sure, but a lot of my mortgage friends are telling me they see rates probably dropping into the 5s sometime over the next 4 to 6 months. Whether that happens or not, none of us really know, to be totally honest with you. But if that happened, you could see a massive flurry of buyer activity. I really believe if rates get back into the 5s, which we're not that far away from right now, I think you're gonna see just a flood of buyers re-enter the market. All these buyers that were looking in 2022, 2023, hit the pause button, didn't want to buy, got priced out of the market because of interest rates. Most of those people re-enter the market at that point. At that point, you may see rapid appreciation. So that's kind of what I think could be coming. What about rate buy downs? Like a lot of people are asking right now, like, should I do a rate buy down? In general, I don't think it makes a lot of sense right now to do a rate buy down, with a couple of notable exceptions that I'll share with you. A rate buy down is where you pay some money up front to lock in a lower rate on your mortgage. And there's a bunch of different varieties of rate buy downs, but just a general rate buy down, probably not the best move right now, because most of us know that rates are going to drop over the next 4 to 12 months. And if the rates drop, and you paid a lot of money to get a lower rate, you could have just wasted that money instead of just waiting to refinance your house later. So maybe not the best time for that. The program that could make sense is a 2-1 buy down or a 1-1 buy down, where you just basically have a 2% lower rate the first year that you own the home. So if rates are at 6.5, you'd be at 4.5% the first year, then 5.5% the second year, 1% above that, and then at the 6.5% for the rest of the life of the mortgage. But at that point, of course, rates would have come down. You could refinance your mortgage, lock in that 30-year rate. So right now, I'm not telling most of my clients to do a rate buy down. Some of them are doing 2-1 buy downs just to get that lower payment for the next 2 years as rates kind of settle down, give them a chance to come down, and then of course refinance. But most people that are buying right now, most people that have bought in the last 2 years, they're all going to be refinancing their mortgages as rates come back down into the mid to low 5. All right, what does this mean for buyers and sellers? Let me translate this for sellers first. Sellers, you've got competition for the first time in a couple of years, like 4 or 5 years actually. A lot of sellers right now had very high hopes, thinking they're gonna put their home on, get multiple offers, and most of those homes are still sitting there right here, right now, as of the shooting of this video. So there's a huge misalignment between sellers' expectations and buyers' reality right now. Just want to keep that in mind, okay? So you're probably frustrated if you're a seller with your home sitting on the market, but you have to understand markets are dynamic and they change very, very quickly. We have seen a massive and very quick increase in inventory, and that's why you're seeing houses sit. There's just way more options for sale right now. There's 10 options instead of 2, for example, in some submarkets. That just means that homes are going to sit for a longer period of time. It doesn't mean anything is wrong with your home if it doesn't sell in a week or 2. It's just adjusting to the new norm. So something very, very important to keep in mind. Your mindset as a seller is very important to understand where the market's at. I would not just rush to do a price decrease just because your house is sitting there. Instead, look at the average days on market for active listings in your market to get a better idea of if you've overpriced your home or not. For buyers, it really means that this could be your time. Like if you've been waiting and just waiting to buy, right now, you're probably gonna get a decent deal, whether if it's dollars off, dollars back, whatever. I negotiated $25,000 in closing cost credits the other day for one of my buyers on a home that had just been sitting for 2.5 weeks. So there's some deals to be had out there. And if you've got, if you've got the tenacity and the gumption to go buy right now, you're gonna get an awesome deal. And then you could refinance your mortgage in a year or 2, like I said, possibly get a much, much better rate. You can refinance the rate you pay for the house. You cannot refinance the price you pay. I would bet you that rates will come down, and I bet you that prices will go up as that happens, okay? Again, those 2 things just go hand in hand. It's that simple. That's your market report update for the month. Again, my name is Mike Novak from the Novak Real Estate Team. If you've got questions about buying or selling, if our team can help you out, I'm there as a resource for you. All my contact information is down below.